What's up, baby boys? Welcome back to Pain Breeds Greatness. Here with Tilly Girl, as you can see, she's jumping all over me. She just wants attention. I just got home from work. It's the end of the month, so every dealer was telling me basically to fuck off. So that was fun. Been getting my dick kicked in all month. Been going through some mental shit, I guess. Self-doubt. Not thinking I deserve it, or I earned it, or whatever you want to say. But just the feeling of, just feeling, I guess, like imposter, because I got everyone out here fucking congratulating me, telling me I'm doing a good job. But when I look at what's happening around me, I'm not hitting the goal. So most people are saying, good job, you're doing a great job, and I just been really hard on myself, and I talked to Kristen about this yesterday. It was nice because I always say she's the smartest person I know. Her perspective I really appreciate, but just hearing it outside, I get mad at when people tell me I'm doing a good job when I feel I'm not doing a good job. But there's people out there that don't ever get told good job, ever. And I'm doing, and she, broke it down even more and was just like, I'm doing a good job with what I got. When I took this job, expectations and what I was supposed to be doing is completely different than what I've been doing. When I took this job, I had a full team. I got out here to Kansas City, already lost one guy, and then I had to fire the other guy, so cleaned house. And then spent December, I hired one person. January, I hired two people. Now, one of those people are out of training, so I got two people in the field, so it's picking up. And I got that last guy in training. He'll be in the field next week, so I'll have a full team. But, now after talking to Chris and like stepping back and just listening to her and just, again, an outside perspective, it really, I guess, brought me out of what I was thinking. Like I said, she was telling me I was being super hard on myself, and I really just thought I was setting the standard, and I wasn't hitting that standard. Just setting an expectation for myself, and I wasn't hitting that expectation. So I've been really upset, frustrated with myself with work, and then work isn't going good. So another thing I talked to Chris about is I don't feel like I have time to do the things I want to do other than, like, the gym. I always make time for that. It's first thing in the morning, but podcast, I always say it's something I want to do, something that makes me happy, and then I don't make time for it. I feel like when I'm not succeeding at work, I shouldn't be doing stuff for myself, and those need to be separated. Is what I learned. I gotta find the time for myself to do the things I did, and she gave me a really good idea to just start talking while I'm playing video games, because that's my happy place, and that I play video games probably an hour a day at least, at night before bed sometimes too, and definitely on the weekends I'll play like fucking 6 to 8 hours just sitting there on the couch and just be a chode. But I think that's something that I could do more frequent. So I bought a streaming camera for my PS5, so I'm gonna record my first stream after this, and I think that's gonna be the way I told myself I wanted to do the rule of 100. 100 days of doing 100 days of taking action for 100 minutes. And I did it for 3 days. Was feeling overwhelmed with work and stuff and just gave up. And I need to understand that right now, I talk about when I was making $600 donating blood, that was hard. But right now is that, for this phase of my life, this is hard. I need to understand that just because everything wasn't supposed to be, I thought this job was going to be a lot easier than it was. I'm supposed to be working, they tell me I'm going to work 4 hours in the field, and then the rest of the day I'm at home closing deals. Well, I ended up spending 8, 9, 10 hours in the field, and then 2, 3, 4 hours at home fucking working deals. And, there's no time for myself there, and I need to separate that. I need to become more efficient, but I also have to at the same time take care of myself and understand that it's a process. I got to remember that, I always talk about delayed gratification, and this is one of those instances where it's not going to happen overnight. For some reason, I keep thinking, I'm looking at the goals that my job is setting for me, and they want it to happen overnight, and I need to understand that those are unrealistic. That's not going to happen. I need to control what I can control. They're setting goals that if I had a full team, I don't have a full team. I haven't hit my goal in 3 fucking months. I need to understand that this is the shit. I'm going through the shit. I need to realize that, shift my frame and think that, this is what hard is right now. Right now I'm in it, And I usually feel like this is where I fuck up. The road splitting, you can go left or you can go right. There's a lot of shit happening, a lot of adversity I'm facing right now, and I usually take the wrong step, and Chris reminded me that I can't think about, hey, don't fuck this up, I just have to go. I know that in the past I've been a self-sabotager, so like I try really hard to not do that, and when I see a pattern coming, I get worked up about it, and I've been so overwhelmed with things. I know in the past when work was going good, I would go up, and then when I would hit that plateau and then just fucking fall off the face of the earth. And I'm a self-sabotager in every aspect of it, whether it's work, friends, relationships, anything. I mean, the only people that ever really stayed around are my family, mom, dad, Adi, Lorenzo, Angel, his family, like, that's really it, man. Chris and too, but I'm saying the people that have been there for like my entire life, that, I've had friends that aren't here anymore, but I have family that's been there forever. I got to realize that. So I'm just dealing with a lot of internal things right now that I'm trying to work through. So again, I realized that I haven't been right in the last like week or so. So my mind has been kind of jumbled, because I'm back to putting things in notes. One thing I learned when I take the time to write, I don't think about me just writing ideas. For me, when I write, I take a time where it's me talking to God. That's where I have my time. That's where I have my time with Him. I don't go to church. I don't fucking do any of that bullshit. But I'm realizing that when I don't have that channel, when I'm not doing that, something feels off. And I don't know if that's conscious or unconscious, but I just know that I feel that, like yesterday, I was super heavy, man. I called my girl, and, I said goodnight, and she just kept asking me, like, what's wrong? I was like, nothing. Went to sleep, and I just woke up, and I was just heavy, man. I don't know how to explain it. Just a lot. And I talked to her, opened up, super vulnerable, telling her what I'm going through. And, Chris does what Chris does best, and she comes through with the fucking best advice in the world. She is the smartest person I know for a reason. There's a reason I say that, because, every time I have a question, whether I don't know, whether it's her combating or listening or speaking, she knows when to ask questions, when to listen, when to interject, and she helps me out a lot. But I've just been, I don't know, down on myself, just because I feel like I'm not succeeding. I tell myself I'm going to do this every week. I don't do this. I tell myself I'm going to hit my goal on cars. I don't do that. I tell myself that I'm going to fucking do this. I don't do that. And I just feel like I tried when I moved to Missouri, I said that I'm going to make my word mean something to myself. I told Chris I felt like my word meant nothing to myself, and I was going to change it. And I tried really hard to do that. And now I feel like I'm going through the patterns where I say I'm going to do something, I'm not doing it. And that really needs to stop. I don't know what I need to do. I know that what I'm going to do, and it's going to stop making excuses. Today, I got done a little bit early. I was like, I got to record a podcast. I went 3 weeks without it and kept beating myself about it. And it's just like, motherfucker, just set the fucking camera up and start fucking talking. It ain't that hard. It's really not that hard. That's what I did today, and I'm here talking. One thing that I preach is showing up for anything, whether that's work, your family, your friends, your job, show up. That's a controllable. That's something I'm really good at. I got to take that same frame when it comes to show up to work, show up to the gym. You know, motherfucker, if I say I'm going to be at the gym, I'm going to go and get it. I don't skip days, unplanned skip days. You know, if I got to take an extra rest day, I heard this thing from Jocko, plan that rest day tomorrow. Because 9 times out of 10, you're going to feel way better tomorrow and say, I don't need that fucking rest day. That's your mindset today. I think all these tools that I learned, whether it's people I've never met or people that are around me, like Tyler always, you know, just tell me you're in control of your mood more than you say you are. If you're angry about something, you chose to be angry. You chose to let that out. You didn't look for another perspective. You let that affect you. You know, Kristen telling me that most people, like, she gave me a good analogy. You know, she's a softball coach, so when she loses a game and it's a defensive fault, no one says good job. So, like, to me, that was a good mind switch to me because, like, I fucking feel like I'm sucking at my job right now, and people are still, you know, telling me good job, still trying to pick me up, and I need to not. I get angry about that. I feel like I'm getting angry talking about it right now, and that should lift me up. I feel like I take that as fuel, and it could be positive fuel or negative fuel, and I'm very positive with a lot of things, but I really just need to believe in myself and understand that I can do this. I need to trust the process, as Chris would say. That's what I've always did. That's what I did in the gym. People would make fun of me spending all my time there. Now it's fucking cool when everyone was at the fucking bars and fucking asked me why I'm at the gym at night and why I have to go to the gym. Like, no one ever understood it, and now I understand that hard things is what keeps us pushing, and trusting the process kept me doing that. Now, when I was writing the other day, you know, I wrote down when I finished, I said, thank you, God, for another day. I'm starting in the one place where I truly think I'm starting to believe in myself and see myself develop the most, I could say, is in the gym. When I look around, girls are training harder than guys nowadays. The people I'm around, we're training balls to the wall, and they're pushing me to another level, and I just see my body just fucking change. The weight's not changing, but I really see me developing something that I think could be freakish, and I think that's a path that I want to take to make me happy, but I think there's other things that I could be doing. Kristen talked to me about, you know, just talking while I'm playing games, so today I went and bought a streaming camera. Gonna do that because I've been gaming my entire life. Shout out my dad, so gonna do that, and who knows, man? Who knows what that turns into, but I think it'd be really cool to do, like, just talk to the boys, man. That's it. Talk to the boys. Anyone who wants to ever ask me a question or, you know, talk about something or just, you know, converse or something, it's a way to put it out there, and I want to help people, and I think that's a mass scale where I can help, and I got ideas that I think could develop into something. But one thing I've learned is I'm not one of those people that, like, I'm not very good at talking about things and doing it. I'm very good at showing you. I think that's why I love Missouri so much. You know, it's a show me state. I think I'm way better about just doing it and then talking about it. When I say I'm going to do it and not talk about it, I get frustrated with myself and I put myself in a bind, and then, you know, all that extra internal noise that you hear, that you think you hear in your head, you put yourself against the wall, and it just makes no sense. You know, again, it took me less than 30 seconds to set up the camera, the mics, and the tripod to sit here and talk, to get my episode in. And, you know, I probably should have did this a couple of days ago because I would have felt a lot better. I've been holding a lot in. You know, I went home to visit my girl in Philly, and I got to see my family for a day, and it's hard, man. I always talk about, like, when someone asks me, is it hard, is long distance hard, is, you know, not being away from your girl, being away from your family hard, it's like, I always say what's hard. We choose what's hard, but I'd be lying if I said, you know, I don't miss them. There's time, it's not easy by any means, you know, I'm alone for now. I'm making friends, but, you know, it's definitely not easy trying to maneuver through life, you know. Being emotional as I am as a man, I'm super emotional. It's just a lot to hold on, and my heart was so full, man. When I went to see my girl and my family, you know, I cried fucking 30 minutes straight, an hour straight before she dropped me off at the airport like a little ass bitch. just because, and she was like, you know, is everything okay? And I was just, the pressure of life, man. I don't want to let myself down again. And I need to understand that it's okay to make mistakes. And I think that's it for today, because I think Tilly needs to go out. Have a great week, baby.